Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back here to another Sunday night championship showdown for the NEXXTCAR Racing League. Tonight, the Truck Series is heading to Avondale, Arizona for one final race here in Season 6. Tonight is the season finale on what has been an incredible season to this point. 17 drivers started the season with hopes and dreams of winning the NEXXTCAR Truck Series Championship, but only 4 have put themselves in position to achieve those hopes and dreams tonight. All the drama, all the controversy, all the magical moments this season has led us to right here, right now. These drivers have had an unbelievable battle all season long for the championship, but the championship can only be won by one. One driver, one trophy, one champion, one attempt. That's all you get. Who has what it takes to rise above the others and write their name in the NEXXTCAR history books? There's no other track on the schedule like it, and there's no other league out there like this one. The sparks are going to fly. The tempers are going to flare. It's time to go racing one final time in Season 6 and crown our NEXXTCAR Truck Series champion. This is the NEXXTCAR Racing League.
Above it all, untouchable, a new animal. This is how legends are made.
Major contact, Nick saves it. They're going to make it 3 wide. Tennessee, 3 wide. Romo making it 4 wide. 4 wide here at Bristol, Sean. I never thought we would ever see that. I never thought we would ever say that here at Bristol. But they were 4 wide through 1 and 2 that last time.
This is how legends are made. I got that lightning inside me. Oh, just you watch. This is how
Evo, does he use the bumper? Trying to prevent someone from getting those extra 2 bonus points, but here comes Zach. Zach trying to make a run. Here comes Evo. He's going to drive it underneath Nick. Nick trying to block him. Evo, payback from stage 1. Evo's going to clear him coming off the floor. Evo's going to get the win. Nick second and Zach claiming third.
Oh, here we go through 3 and 4 for the final time. It is going to be an absolute dogfight for the win here at Michigan. 3 and 4 for the final time, and the leader's right. The leader's right. Nick Trudeau pulls away out front. He is going to get his first NEXXTCAR Cup win here in Michigan.
This is how legends are made.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back here to a championship Sunday for the NEXXTCAR Truck Series. Once again, like all season long, we are joined by James up here in the booth. What is going on, my man?
Nothing much, man. Just excited for this race to happen.
Yes, sir, absolutely. I am stoked. Championship Sunday, it is time to crown the driver who has shown above the rest what he has to offer and win that NEXXTCAR Truck Championship.
Yeah, I mean, we look at the drivers, all are basically deserving of winning this championship, but only one could come away with it. So, this race is gonna be, obviously, the race that determines it all, but this race is gonna be one of the most important races all season for obvious reasons, and these drivers are gonna have to drive the race of their lifetime in order to get this championship.
Oh, absolutely. Yes, they are. And you said this is one of the most important races of the season. And obviously, yes, that is 100% true. But something I want to point out. Last week at Texas, we saw the tempers flare in the post-race interview. I'm expecting it to be amped up even more here tonight because now that championship is truly on the line.
Yeah, I think it will be done a teeny bit because I felt like tempers were a little flared up even before the race. I don't know if it's the case now before today's race, but I think tempers are still going to be a little flared and all that, so I wouldn't be surprised if... I'll be completely surprised if it doesn't happen, but yeah, there's going to be some aggressive racing because you're trying to go for that championship, especially for people who are at the bottom of the championship four. They need the best day they can get, and they need all the points they can get. So I would not be surprised if someone who's near the bottom or at the bottom of the championship four drivers go in, run a little more aggressive than we might be accustomed to seeing.
Absolutely, yes, sir. And I definitely think it's going to have to be done. Nick comes into this race finding himself the lowest out of the championship four. So he has got his work cut out for him here tonight. And then we got Tennessee, who's looking to go back to back championship seasons. He's leading these guys by 2 points. So, he's got to be cautious, try to protect that 2 point lead. And then you got Nick, who's got to have to try to make up for a not so great Texas race last week.
Yeah, and it's not impossible, which is why 10 has to protect it. And besides that, it's not possible for Nick to get it, but he's less. You literally just said there's someone 2 points behind him that is tough. He can most definitely steal this race. And in all honesty, if one of these championship four drivers wins this race, they're more likely going to win the championship. Because it's not like they're all so spread out. They are kind of close together. So anything can happen, really. But like you said, 10 really does need to protect this lead as best as he can, get as many points as he can while not doing stupid stuff. But at the same time, though, I feel like that might be hard because you have a lead and you have to protect it. But at the same time, though, you need those points. You need that you want more comfort going into that last stage, so you don't have the pressure of trying to finish as best you can or even winning the race. You just finish good enough just so you can stay afloat or stay afloat in the whole championship run and win it. But I don't know, it's just so hard to do so.
Yeah, absolutely. And I got the standings pulled up right here, right now. Tuck, 2 points behind. D-Blood, 7. Nick, 10. So they're all still in it. But, it's going to be interesting to see. Nick loves Phoenix. He loves this track. He has always had good success here over the past couple seasons. So I'm looking for him to find himself up there running at the front. But someone else that kind of likes this track as well is Pierce, who spoiled the championship for last week at Texas. The dude won it, keeping everyone else at bay in the championship four, saying, you know what, you guys might be in that championship hunt, but you're going to have to get through me to do it because I am not backing down for you guys. And he got that first elusive win of the season last weekend.
Yeah, and he's had trucks that was good enough to win a couple races, and unfortunately he didn't. But I will say, I've raced with Pierce a lot. He is so good at Phoenix. Last season, he had one of the best trucks at Phoenix, so he's most definitely going to be a problem here at Phoenix. 10 was also someone who had a very good truck. And then, none of those guys won. It was G3 who won by saving a lot of fuel and tires. Mm-hmm. Shocker there. But, anything can happen. And also, I just want to point out, if we haven't had at least a Championship 4 driver win a race in the Championship 4 since at least maybe Season 3. Season 4 did not happen. I know for sure it didn't happen. Neither did Season 5. We have not had a Championship 4 driver win a race in 6 Championship 4 races, at least. 6 straight of them. So maybe 7 could happen here. I don't know.
Yeah, absolutely. Anything is possible, And I'll be honest, Pierce was the last guy I expected to come out of Texas with a win. All my focus was on those Championship 4 drivers. I was like, you know what? One of those guys is winning this race to get that bigger edge above the rest of the field. And Pierce, he didn't win it all throughout the regular season, but he found himself running in second throughout the majority of the season in the point standings. So he had the speed, he had the consistency, and he was able to get it done. Found himself in the playoffs, but then just at Dover, found himself on the bad receiving end of a couple bumpers in the closing laps, found himself not making the Final Four, but he's still out here showing these guys, hey, I was one bumper away from making the Championship 4, and he really showed that last weekend.
Yeah, and in all honesty, just one win in the regular season will have allowed him to make it to the Championship 4. And that's most definitely a tough pill to swallow here, Pierce. But, that's all it took. And the thing is, he could have had a win at Vegas if it wasn't for G3 saving fuel. Possibly Atlanta if it wasn't for Gordon saving. He's been very good. Aside from Chicagoland, which was our 3rd mile and a half, the other 2 mile and a half we raced at, he was so good. He had arguably the best truck out there. So for me, it isn't much of a surprise. And I don't know if that's because I'm not as surprised since I was racing other races, so I truly didn't know how fast he was. But I'm not completely surprised he went with won the race to Texas, honestly. But I mean, yeah, like he could get another one here today, especially since there's no pressure for him to be out there getting points. He's just out there to win a race, spoil the whole party for Championship 4 again.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, who knows?
Absolutely, yes, sir. But let's go ahead and get our pre-race interview started here tonight. Let's start them off with the man who spoiled it last week at Texas. That was Pierce. Let's get these started. Pierce, you there, buddy?
I am.
All right, my man. You came into last week at Texas not being a part of the Championship 4, but you came out, you got the win, putting the championship hopefuls in your rearview mirror. How do you come out here tonight and spoil the party once again here at Phoenix?
Well, the plans, I have nothing to lose. I mean, I can finish dead last and not lose anything in position-wise and points, so let's do whatever I can do to try to get myself up front. Because points don't because I'm at the point, points don't mean a thing to me.
Absolutely. Yes, sir. How do you think you shape up here tonight?
I think we're okay. I think we're going to need a little bit more speed than what I've gotten in the couple practice sessions I ran earlier. But I don't think we're terrible, so we'll see how things work out.
Yes, sir. Well, best of luck, and who knows, we could be talking to you from Victory Lane back-to-back weekends.
I hope so. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Let's go ahead and move it on to Nick. What's going on, buddy?
How you doing, Ronnie?
I'm good, brother. You come into tonight's race, championship on the line, 10 points behind the leader, Tennessee. How do you get it done here tonight and get yourself your third championship in 6 seasons?
Yeah, like I said last week, I think we put ourselves in a hole at Texas, not running too well in the stages, but tonight, no, we got to come out swinging in qualifying, try to get pole, get fastest lap in the race, just, try to get as many points as possible, and then we got to, finish the stages. We got to pretty much win everything to, have at least a shot at getting the win and, getting the championship as well. So it's going to be really tough, but I'm going to come out swinging tonight.
Absolutely, and I know you love Phoenix. How do you feel about your chances here tonight? I mean, that's a lot you got to accomplish tonight.
Yeah, I feel good about it. I love Phoenix, and I try to practice here all the time, and I know our season ends here, and if I'm in the championship, then you got to be good here. So I pride myself in trying to be really good at this track, and I like the short track, and it's a lot like New Hampshire and turn 1 and 2, and I kind of like how it runs. So we'll see what we have for him. Hopefully we have at least a shot. So.
Absolutely. Yes, sir. You put it all together. You run the race of your life, and who knows, we could be talking to you at the top of the championship podium at the end of this one, buddy.
I hope so, man.
Yes, sir. And let's move it on to the man who's leading the rest of the championship 4 by 2 points over the guy in second. That is Tennessee Titan. What's going on, man?
Not much, Ronnie. How you doing?
I'm good, brother. So, biggest question I have right here after post-race interviews last week at Texas. Tempers flared. How do you put all that behind you and go out here and secure your second championship in back-to-back seasons?
Honestly, I'm not really worried about all that. We're in the same kind of spot we were last year. I entered Phoenix with a small lead, was able to get the job done and hold on for the championship last year. So a little less pressure than last year now that we got one championship under our belt. We got 4 very well-deserving trucks here in the Final 4, and it's going to be a battle. You're going to have to stay focused, not make mistakes. This race always seems to come down to a little bit of strategy, so you got to play your cards right and everything. But really, I'm just hoping I can nurse that lead throughout the night and be there when it counts and hopefully get a second championship in a row.
Yes, sir. How do you feel about it tonight?
this track's an interesting one. I think the racing here is really fun. There's so many ways you can run the track, and there's a lot of passing opportunities. But I don't know. In past, I've ran really well in the first few stages, but then always seem to falter. So hopefully that's not the case tonight. I already know there's a couple of guys here that really like this track, but I don't think you necessarily have to win the race to win the championship this week, unless you're probably Nick or maybe D-Blood. But for me, I just got to make sure I run really well and make sure I stay ahead of that 52 truck.
Absolutely. Yes, sir. Who knows? You could be lifting that trophy in back-to-back seasons at the end of this one, buddy.
I hope so, Ronnie.
Yes, sir. Good luck.
Yeah.
All right, James. So we just talked to our 2 championship guys who come into tonight's race on definitely different ends of the spectrum. You know, Tennessee's got that 2-point lead over Tuck. He can kind of take it easy, but not too easy. You know, and then you got Nick, who's going to have to force the issue, push some things here tonight. He's 10 points behind. So, you know, definitely some different racing strategies here tonight. Tennessee mentioned you're going to have to save. Well, Nick, I don't think he can really truly afford to save a whole lot here tonight.
Oh, no, not at all. I mean, this man is below 10 by 11 points. There's no way he can afford to save. He needs to do the best he can in these stages, and on top of that, most likely win. Because, I mean, look, these Championship 4 drivers are going to be fast. There's no doubt about it. If they weren't fast, they wouldn't be in the Championship 4. So, there's no way he can afford to, like, not push the issue. I'm not going to say he has to win this race in order to have a shot, because technically speaking, that's not true. But if you're Nick, you're more likely going to have to.
Yeah, absolutely. He's not exactly in a must-win situation right now at the drop of the green flag, but if he does not perform in stage 1, he's easily going to find himself in that must-win situation to sweep the remaining stuff of the race. You know, he's going to put it to where he's got to win stage 2. He's going to have to win the race. He's going to have to get the fastest lap. We saw where the fastest lap at Dover came down to just mere points of him making the championship 4 or missing it. So that fastest lap, while it may only seem like a very minuscule thing, being only 1 extra point, that could be the difference of you lifting that trophy at the end of this one, or are you going home with your head looking at the ground?
Yeah, and actually, I do want to look back at a recent stream of Pierce's, because I want to look back at Watkins' lap for something certain. But yeah, he not only got the fastest lap, but he also got the pole for Dover. So that's like 2 extra points right there. That, that allows him to get that, allows him to get that spot. Oh, okay, never mind. I was looking for polls, looking to see who got pole. Watkins' lap, never mind. But he got 3 extra points on Pierce, and while he didn't necessarily need the pole and the fastest lap, it still helps. At least helps comfort-wise, so you don't have to put as much pressure on yourself. But yeah, those points really crucial, especially here. Every point means something. If you can go and get that qualifying or get first in qualifying, that will be huge.
Absolutely, yes, sir. But 17 weeks this season, 17 races. We started the season out with 17 drivers. 17 all the way around this season, and what was coined the greatest season ever in NEXXTCAR. But let's go ahead and let's take a look at your 17 drivers who started the season off with the hopes of dreams and finding themselves here where the Championship 4 drivers are.
Taking battle stations, I ain't on vacation. I'm just glowing up, living out aspirations. I beat the expectations and change the generations. And I'm still jumping fences, and you're just imitations. They're all in second places, but I don't live for praises. I play this life like a game, live on the stages. Let me paraphrase then do a couple pages. Watch this, watch this, watch this. Let me introduce you to a brand new thing. You're looking at the king. This life
right, Dale, what a season it has been from the drop of the green flag at Daytona to where we are right now. You know, this season has pretty much been a season of unknowns. You know, we had 7 new rookies start out this season, and one of them getting it done at Daytona, Buck Stopper. And, you know, Jay Black has found himself up there at times. Tuck coming in, just subbing for people, finds himself now 2 points sitting outside of lifting that championship trophy at the end of this one. So this season has been just absolutely unbelievable from the drop of the green flag at Daytona to right now.
Oh yeah, and what really has helped this season out is the fact that we've had multiple, and I mean multiple winners. We've had across the whole season 9 different winners, if I'm not mistaken. 9, 10, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's 9. Yep. So that, I mean, that's a lot. And considering you only have 17 races, that's like, on average, that's not even like a driver winning 2 races per. That's like the amount of wins different people have accumulated throughout the season has been a lot. And it's honestly a sight to see. It shows how well balanced out the league is when it comes to how good people are in terms of skill level, amount of speed they have. But yeah, I mean, this season's gonna be great. Next season, though, I don't know, man. Next season might top this one. I'm just saying.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, we got a lot of stuff in store for next season. More details to come later on. But yeah, no, this season, like I said, before we met our 17 drivers, before the season even started, it was said that this was going to be the greatest season ever in NEXXTCAR. And you know what? These drivers showed up and they delivered exactly why that statement was true. And they showed that it was.
I personally feel like, and not to pat yours, I'm not trying to pat you on the back or anything, but I feel like this is partially true because of the fact that we do have a broadcast running, showing all this off. I think that kind of gained a little bit of popularity, especially I think it was the New Hampshire race where you had like
10,000?
Hundreds of people.
Yep.
Yeah, that many people show up and watch the race. That really helped. Other stuff obviously helping, like the sponsor W. All that stuff's help, and I feel like this season to me is going to go down as like a breakout season for this league.
Absolutely, yes, sir. And you mentioned it, W Energy. It's up on the screen right now. Use code RNOGLE9 for 10% off. If you guys don't know what W is, it is an energy style based drink, basically a G Fuel. It was created by old people who used to work at G Fuel. They split off. They created their own. So make sure you check it out. I'm getting ready to release the commercial that was made for us, for myself and the league. So definitely be tuned in for that. Cannot wait to release that one to you guys. Hopefully it gets back to me before the start of Season 7 for NEXXTCAR. But yeah, like I said, code is up on the screen right now. Use it, RNOGLE9, for 10% off at w.gg.com. But yeah, absolutely, you know, that is huge. When you bring in an actual sponsor to a league, that is absolutely amazing. And that can only mean growth from here on out for this league.
Oh, yeah, and depending on how he uses money, I don't think we're necessarily going to get into the business of giving people money based on how they finish. I'm pretty sure you've told me that before, which I completely understand. But if you use like you've talked about before, use the money in order to like create trophies or stuff like that, that's gonna, you know, make people want to join this league even more. It might tone aggression up a little bit, it might not, who knows, but having some type of investment into a league is most definitely gonna be good. And all I'm gonna say is, you better not turn into Fox with this commercial, in which they run commercials like every 10 laps. Just don't do that. I think we'll be fine. I think it'll be fine.
No, it's not going to be anything like that. It'll just be a quick, you know, during this, you know, pre-race and stuff. Because next season, without getting into details, Dale, our pre-race is going to be starting a little bit early than it was this season.
Oh, yeah. I think I know what you're talking about. Kind of like sarcasm there. But, yeah, no, I'm looking forward to it for sure. I'm looking forward to everything that's going to be happening next season. As Ronnie said, there's going to be no information on that. But yeah, it's going to be very exciting. What's also exciting is the fact that they have finished qualifying, and looks like they're going to be waiting on their qualifying positions.
All right, perfect. Yeah, I have not gotten any word from our race control right now on where anybody is. Actually, they have just now joined the lobby for Discord. Y'all finished qualifying? But yeah, absolutely. 17 races this season. 17 races that we went into not knowing who was going to be pulling into victory lane at the end of it. Like you said, 9 different winners this season. And that is just absolutely incredible.
Yep, you love to see the balance out there. Oh boy.
Actually, I'm sorry, we've had 10 different winners. Ranger won one, I believe.
I'm pretty sure I was including Ranger, if I'm not mistaken. But it could be 10. I don't remember. But speaking of 10, though, it looks like 10 Titan got pole for Phoenix.
Yes, he did. If you're able to tell us, where did the rest of our Championship 4 qualify?
Nick Trado, or rather say his last name. I keep on not getting it right. He's going to be starting outside of 10 in second place. You will have Tuck starting behind 10 in terms of row, starting in third, and then you have D-Blood starting in sixth.
Okay,
almost
so
1, 2, 3,
D-Blood's
4
going to
for
have a
Champion
little bit of
4.
work to do, but Nick and 10 starting up on the first row.
With Tuck right behind them. Yep.
Absolutely, yes, sir. But we are going to step away here for a quick 45-second break while we're waiting to get invites into the race and everything. You will not miss the drop of the green flag here tonight, so do not go anywhere. We will be right back. James, let's get it, brother. Final race of the season finale for season number 6. An unbelievable start to this, ending to this season rather, as Tennessee Titan grabbing the pole. Nick in second. He's going to get back up there behind Tennessee, and Tuck back there battling. Who's that he's battling? Is that Gordon? Gordon making his presence at the front known.
He was the first one out of the people that wasn't in the championship 4 to guess qualify. He qualified 4th. That's what I'm trying to say.
You know, and that's very interesting. You know, Gordon hasn't had that speed as D-Blood's going to put the bumper to him a little bit. You know, D-Blood knows he's got to get through there. And now we're championship 4, racing 1, 2, 3, 4, and Nick on the inside of Tennessee, tucked behind them. But, you know, Gordon hasn't had that speed that we have expected from him this season. But he has definitely shown it here tonight. He's fallen back a little bit after that contact with D-Blood, but here comes Tuck.
Yeah, the thing that I feel like Gordon could be happy with is the fact that he did get a win this season. It's not like he went winless like some people did.
Oh, we got a car on the outside wall. Buck Stopper's around. Tobster involved as well.
Yeah,
The
Topster was the
caution
one who
is
just
out
killed.
here on lap number 3. While we're under caution, something we completely forgot to do, Dale. How could we forget this after doing it 16 prior weeks? Our track details for tonight.
Oh,
1
my
mile
gosh.
track, 10-degree banking, 150 laps, 45 laps, stages 1 and 2, 60 laps in stage 3, speed limit 45 mile an hour, and your pit window is 31 to 33 laps here tonight.
Ooh.
And keys to victory real quick. Use the dog leg, but be cautious. Watch out for the pit road wall in 3 and 4. I know that sounds like it might be something stupid, but I guarantee you're going to see a couple people smack that inside pit road wall and take full advantage of the opportunities handed to you if you are in the championship 4, especially if you're in that 3 truck.
Yeah, I think we were just having a good time talking about this race in general that we forgot about it. I don't know. There's just a lot of stuff to cover since this is championship 4, so it's like, just super. I don't know.
Absolutely, yes, sir. And they immediately go down to that dog leg. I mentioned, use it, but you got to be cautious because you got to make sure that guy on your outside, if you're restarting on that inside line, you got to make sure he's moving back up the track before you do. Because you might end up door slamming him, and who knows, you both could go spinning his tuck, just about put the bumper to Nick.
I almost looked like Nick pulled an aggressive block on my end, but I don't think it was. I feel like that wasn't completely perceived that way, at least in Nick's view or Tuck's view. But
Tuck's gonna get a great run here into turn number 1.
Yeah, it just depends on how Nick will arc this corner and even get the run off. If he'd be able to clear him or at least get out in front of him. So he has a little bit good momentum, but Tuck's probably gonna get that position.
D-Blood just absolutely put the bumper to Tennessee there coming out of turn number 4. I don't know if you saw that or not, but I don't think that man hit the brakes.
I did not see that. Not only was I paying attention on the battle for the lead, I also was kind of paying attention on Topster because he smacked the wall again coming out of turn 2 when I was doing all that talking. So I just wanted to see what was happening with him, but
Topster is a very interesting topic right now. We were talking about Pierce being 1 bumper from making the championship 4. Well, you know what? It's Tennessee is there 4 wide now through turns 1 and 2. But Topster, he was 1 mistake at Dover from making the championship 4. The man found himself in great position, but just did not have the right strategy. Running out of gas and speeding on the pit road, spinning on the pit road. The man just fell apart at Dover.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. And while I understand, I think King also messed with him a little bit on the track as well. I understand he's upset with him at that. At the end of the day, he did it was a little bit self-inflicted of him for the spinning penalty, running out of gas at the end of stage 2, costing him a lot of points, putting him in that position in the first place. If he just played it a little more smart or whatever terminology that needs to be said here, he probably could be here fighting for the championship, but he's not, so.
Yep, absolutely. Like you said, King probably did play a hand in it, but at the end of the day, when you make 4 or 5 mistakes, you can't blame just 1 mistake on that guy for not making it.
Yeah.
But Tuck, what a race he's having so far. D-Blood as well up there in second. But D-Blood, Tennessee's into the outside wall coming into the dog leg. He's going to spin it. Gordon's going to hit him. We're going to get another caution, I believe.
Yeah, that looks like a game caution. I want to say that was partially because of lag. We've covered it, or we may have covered it before. PS5 players are having a little bit of lag. Or it does not look like it was a manual caution, it looks like. But I think that might have played a part in it. But from what I saw, it looked like Nick kind of moved a little bit. That probably upset the front bumper of 10's truck. So if it wasn't lag, then it was just that movement that just caused 10 to go up into the wall. But something tells me it's lag, so I don't think there's very much any hurt feelings on it.
No, absolutely not. And while they're pitting, let's go ahead and take a replay of that caution. You can see everything's good, and then entering the dog leg, like you said, don't know if it was lag or anything, but you just see Tennessee get up into the high outside wall. Gordon nowhere to go and just makes heavy contact with them, bringing out our second caution of the night here at Phoenix. Less than 10 laps in, Dale. and we've got 2 cautions already.
Yeah, this is interesting. There's a chance that there's no cautions here till the end of the stage. There is actually a chance. And from what I'm looking right now, these drivers are just barely able to make it on gas. But the real question is, will they be able to make it on tires? Now, if there is no cautions, I'm just going to point this out right here. I am looking for Gordon to steal this stage if there's no cautions coming out.
Yeah, absolutely. Gordon's one of the best ones here when it comes to fuel saving, as Tuck's going to beat D-Blood, Nick, and Pierce off of pit road. But yeah, Gordon's definitely one of the best when it comes to fuel saving races. I mean, I don't know how him and G-Pre do it, but those guys are just unbeatable when it comes to fuel mileage racing.
Oh, are the 2 people just Buckstopper and Toaster just decided to try to turn right hard. I don't know what happened there, but
this is interesting. Yeah. With the choose cone rule, Tuck going to the outside, giving D-Blood the inside, Nick outside as well. So these guys must be seeing something right now with that outside line.
I feel the only thing I can think of, which I think might be the most possible reason, is that if they get the jump, it's gonna on second place, they'll be able to arc the corner more, which will help their turn obviously, and as a result, they'll get a way better drive off of turn 2, which will allow them to pull away. But that's my guess.
Yeah, I don't know. It's going to be interesting as Gordon's now making it 3 wide way out back. Tuck is going to clear D-Blood, Nick way up high.
You'll see.
And here comes Tennessee trying to fight his way back up to the front. Pierce all over the back bumper of D-Blood in that number 2 truck. Oh, he's going to look to the inside and make it 3 wide out of 4.
Yeah, I don't know, but I thought Nick was about to clear him, but it doesn't seem like it.
You know,
D-Blood,
he couldn't clear him. He did clear D-Blood, but not able to clear Nick, which was interesting. Like you said, Nick was stuck on that outside heading into the dog leg, which usually you're at the worst advantage, but he made it work. Toaster just about hit that inside pit road wall.
Hitting that inside pit road wall is not necessarily a good thing to experience. Trust me on that. But, yeah, it sucks.
Oh, yeah, I've hit it
really
a couple times, and that's exactly why I put it on our keys to victory tonight, because I know there's going to be at least 2 guys who hit that.
Yeah, and the thing is, too, is like, the pit wall is right, the pit wall is right there. And the thing is, it's so easy to hit, because you're just trying to make up as much ground as you can, trying to get as low as you can to, get a good, just have a good turn. And next thing you know, the wall comes out of nowhere and just hits you right into the outside wall. It just happens, and it'll probably bring out a caution. At least you're wrecking. There's no doubt you're at least wrecking, most likely. But yeah, that thing comes out of nowhere, man.
Yeah, absolutely, and I'm not exactly sure what happened there between Tennessee and Pierce, but it looked like Pierce really cut Tennessee's nose off, and that cost Tennessee a bunch of track position, and now D-Blood's all over his back bumper.
I'm trying to look and see what happened. I think in turns 1 and 2, I think about 2 laps ago, 10 dove onto the inside of Pierce, and he had to back off a lot in order to not run into him. I think that's what happened. Yeah.
That's just a result of this kind of racing. You know, Phoenix, it's a mile-long track, but it races kind of like a short track, as Pierce is going to put the bumper and the right front quarter panel to Nick and move him up the track. That was a dive bomb if I've ever seen one, Pierce.
It wasn't as much of a dive bomb, but you could call it a mini dive bomb for sure. He wasn't necessarily there. He just turned in before Nick did, and I think caught him off by surprise. Oh, yeah, no, he most definitely made himself there at a time where Nick definitely didn't expect it. But, like, yeah, I mean, I think he thinks it's kind of time to go. I don't know, because, I mean, Tuck is pulling away nearly 2 seconds in front of Nick. I mean, man.
Yeah, Tuck is a man on a mission right now. Just 2 points entering tonight's race behind Tennessee. Well, my man is looking to make it all up right here, right now in one stage. He sees Tennessee's back here struggling a little bit, back here in 4th behind Nick and Pierce. So we talked about it. Take advantage of your opportunities. Well, Tuck is doing just that right now.
Yeah, the one thing I do want to bring back up, though, is the fact that they were basically running on their number when it comes to gas in this stage. That's never usually the case with tires, which is why I'm going to bring Gordon back up now. I'm pretty sure since him and G has ran together, probably decided to do a little bit of strategy stuff together, that he's probably saving some tires right now as well. He probably knows how to do so. So I don't know if the stage win's going to come down to Tuck. I could be wrong, but it is hard to save tires here.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you saw Gordon right there in 3 and 4 through the last time get up into the outside wall there. But, yeah, no, tires are definitely very crucial here. And, you know, this track wears them down just like Atlanta does. So, yeah, no, it's extremely hard to save tires here.
Yeah, and the thing with Atlanta, though, the one of the differences, at least in my opinion, is, not even my opinion, from my experience, you can potentially make a full fuel run with just one set of tires you have. It's not super difficult to do so. When it comes to Phoenix, you have to be someone like G. Pruitt Gordon to do it. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to do it.
No, most definitely not. It takes practice, and it takes a lot of D-Blood's slipping up big time there. But it takes a lot of discipline as well to not get back to the gas when you want to. Let the car roll just a little longer. And it takes a lot of practice and a lot of self-discipline. But D-Blood and Tennessee had a nice little side-by-side battle going on there for 4th. Tennessee's going to take it back using that high line. So these guys definitely getting a good run off that high line. I didn't expect that, really.
The high line for sure can be depending on how the person runs the inside line and depending on where they're at. You can most definitely get a good run off the high line, at least in turns 1 and 2. I don't know as much about 3 and 4, but it can work. It just depends on how your truck is, depends on how the other person's truck is. It depends on a few variables, but it can most definitely work.
Yes, sir, most definitely. But Tuck is keeping his interval about the same. Nick, big blocking on Pierce coming through 1 and 2. That was some major blocking. Nick, I thought, was going to take him down to the pit road entrance, and that's going to slow him up, as now Tennessee is all over the back bumper of Pierce, and D-Blood on the back of Tennessee.
Yep. I just wonder, though, because we are at 16 to go, coming, I guess, 15 and a half ago. I just wonder how long these guys are going to stay out. Because unless something happens to where
Pierce!
you can... yeah, it looks like he nearly lost it coming out of turn 2. But unless something changed about this track where you can save tires like a lot easier, I just wonder, though, because I don't know if we're getting a caution. When are these drivers going to pit?
Yeah, and we just about had another caution. I mean, I was on the hood of Tennessee coming off of turn 2 when Pierce just about lost it. I believe we have a replay. Yes, we do. It's all fine and dandy through 1 and 2. Then right there on the exit, Tennessee missing the rear bumper of Pierce by mere inches. That was close for sure. But do any of these drivers back here in the Championship 4 have anything else for their leader right now, Tuck? My man is on a mission. He is looking to continue to run. Coming to 14 laps to go. We're going to take a quick 30-second intermission. You will not miss any of the action. We will be right back here to bring you the end of Stage 1. Don't go anywhere. Alright, welcome back, and we have got a battle brewing here between Tennessee Titan and Nick Trudeau and that number 3 truck. You know, Nick comes into this race 10 points behind the leader Tennessee for that championship trophy. Well, you're seeing Nick very aggressive here on the defensive.
Yeah, one thing I want to point out as I'm looking through Pierce's POV, his tire light is on. We're about to expect some pit stops here in a little bit.
And that is going to be interesting. Here comes Nick. I don't know if Tennessee knew or not. Nick just pulled onto pit road right in front of Tennessee. That was almost not good there by Nick.
Yeah, now we set our eyes, or at least I set my eyes, on Gordon and see when he pits.
Yeah.
If he pits.
You know, and the thing with this pit road is, it is such a long pit road that if you speed or anything, you're going 2 laps down under a green flag pit cycle. So you have got to make sure here that you do not speed onto pit road.
Yeah, especially as a Championship 4 driver, you do not want to pit, or you do not want to get caught speeding. That's
Tuck is on pit
you go
road.
2 laps down. You go 2 laps down. I won't say it ends your championship hopes, but it just about does.
Yeah, absolutely. And D-Blood, a little bit of different strategy staying out as well. I believe Tennessee's going to come down at pit as well here.
Gordon
No,
just
he is
killed
not.
that
Tennessee
wall.
is still out there on the track.
I know Tennessee told me after sometime after Texas that he has a lot of studying of G-Pre that he has to do. I wonder if he's using all he has gathered from G-Pre running the last 2 seasons at racing here. I wonder if he's gathered all that information up and trying to see if he can put it to use.
I mean, he most definitely could have, and I don't know.
Oh, Gordon's on pit road.
Because he definitely looks like he had conserved his tires a little better than everybody else's. Buckstopper's out here about to go a lap down, going through 1 and 2. Looks like Buckstopper's finally making that green flag pit stop. When does Tennessee come? He stays out 1 more lap. So yeah, he had to have done some studying, figured out how to save those tires, because he is pushing those tires right now to the limit.
Oh yeah, I mean it's difficult, but I mean it's possible. I've seen it with my own eyes. Heck, it's taken away a win away from me because of G doing it. So like, it can most definitely happen, and I'm still not salty about that happening at all. There goes 10 down pit road.
Something I want to point out real quick. Probably a little strategy going on here. D-Blood has gained a ton of ground on Tuck. It's not enough, I don't think, but he has definitely gained a lot. He's passed Nick. So a little bit of pit strategy here. Let's see how that works out for D-Blood as the laps wind down here in stage number 1.
Anything can happen, for sure.
We're waiting to see if any of our Championship 4 got any kind of a speeding penalty. I don't believe so.
Something happened to D-Blood. He was like really high off. Oh, Buckstopper.
Buckstopper hard into the pit road wall.
That's gonna. Oh, and there he goes. Okay. Thankfully, he did not stay on those barrels for 18 million years. Thankfully. But yeah, I don't know if what 10 did was necessarily the thing you want to do, if I'm being honest, but...
And here comes D-Blood now. So I thought D-Blood had pitted already, but he's now just making his pit stop.
Yeah, D-Blood's not pitting. That relinquishes the lead to Topster. He hasn't pitted yet either. We had, as Pierce crossed the line, we have one more lap to go. I'm pretty sure. Topster just passed the line, and he's the leader. This Topster.
So yeah, Topster is on the white flag right now. That is interesting.
He just
My
into the
man
wall.
is gonna come through 3 and 4, and he's gonna spin it. He spins it through 3 and 4. The leader pushed it a little too far. Is gonna get it rolling once again, just as we get on him. Can he get it going? He's gonna spin it again. Topster, find the gas pedal, buddy. So close. Buckstopper passes it, but not for position. Topster gets the stage 1 win. Unbelievable. What just happened? What just happened?
Oh my gosh,
tell Topster
he
to
blew a
join
tire.
the,
Oh my gosh.
Interview. We are gonna see if we can't get Topster in here. Unbelievable.
Oh, I have.
I don't know if we're going to be able to get in here or not, but we are sure going to try.
That was very interesting. That I don't even know. Oh, that's the wrong one. I'll go back the way. Okay. Gotta get these points. You know? Gotta get these points started.
Alright, well, what an ending to stage 1. Topster stealing it. What is going to happen in the rest of this race? Tuck is going to lead out the green flag here for stage number 2. Tennessee in second, Pierce in third, and Nick in fourth. Little bit of lag going on out back, so that's going to be interesting to see if that's going to hurt anybody, as D-Blood definitely a little bit of a victim to that. But here comes Tennessee on the inside of Tuck. Remember, these two separated at the beginning of this race by just 2 points. Tennessee was the leader, Tuck in second, and here comes Nick and Pierce out back. Nick was 10 points behind. Pierce out of the championship 4, but not out of winning these races. We saw him last week come out and absolutely put on a show at Texas, put the championship 4 hopefuls in their rearview mirror, and here comes Tennessee with Nick all over his back bumper. Moves Tuck way up the track, and here comes Nick trying to take advantage. Trying to get that big run down the inside of the dogleg. He's going to get there. He's going to... Tennessee with a big dive. Don't know how that's going to work out for him, but a big move by Tennessee, and now Pierce on the inside of Nick. Nick's going to try to get it back. Here comes D-Blood after the terrible restart he had here for stage 2. Pierce up into the outside wall, giving way to D-Blood and Nick. So our championship 4 drivers are currently first, second, third, and fourth once again. Pierce with another bump to D-Blood. D-Blood all over the back bumper, and Nick moving him up the track a little bit. You know, it's going to be interesting in the closing laps of this race. Once we get closer, if D-Blood and Tennessee are battling for that championship win, how do the bumpers get used? We saw and heard last week at Texas in the post-race interview, these drivers were not friends at all. You know, everything was kind of hitting the fan. Tempers were flaring. Sparks were flying, and these drivers, if they get the chance and that bumper comes into play, it's going to be interesting to see who comes out on the winning end of that one. But we have an update on our point standings right now as they run after stage number 1. What you got, James?
Well, I'll be honest with you, having that pole for 10 really does help a lot. as he was able, even though he finished one spot behind Tuck, he was able to still keep his lead of 2 points in front of Tuck. But D-Blood, he would be third in this scenario. He is below by 11 points. And then you have Nick, who's below by 14.
Wow. So Nick and D-Blood kind of find themselves in a must-sweep situation here from now on out.
Yeah, with how 10 and Tuck are running, they have to sweep it if they want any chance.
Yeah, I mean, Topster stealing. We talked about this pre-race before we started the lobby, James. You know, having more drivers in here than obviously just the championship 4 steals points away from these guys, making them have to earn them more. Well, Topster did exactly that. If he hadn't, we're talking about completely different standings right now. We're looking at Tuck then probably leading the standings.
Oh, yeah, I mean, actually, it would probably be tied. Or no, it would be, I think it would just be up by 1.
1 point, I believe, yeah.
Yeah, 10 will just be up by 1 point, which is better, or which is worse than being up by 2 points, even though it might not seem like that, but it is extremely better, let me tell you that much. But, yeah, I mean, Toaster, I mean, that's the one thing about NASCAR that makes it so different. Or racing in general that makes it so different. You have the playoffs, but, like, at the same time, you still have people who are not in the playoffs still competing out there for whatever game they want, which is most likely to win. So, all these different strategies that comes out from these other drivers all just makes this all more unpredictable.
What happened to Topster? Topster is way behind the field now.
If I had to assume it could be a little bit of lag as well. He may have hit the outside wall. Coming out turn 2, he's done it twice this race, so it could have happened a third time, but I don't know.
Well, we're getting word from Race Control of what happened to Topster, Dale. I completely forgot the way this game does. If you blow a tire, you get damage. But I don't. It doesn't explain why he's so far behind the field.
I do again think either he forgot to fix the damage, or like I said, it could have been lag, or he just hit the outside wall really hard. He's done it twice before, so who knows? Well, you might know right now, actually.
But we have got a big battle brewing here for the lead. Alright, well now we're getting the true story of what happened to Topster. The man's controller died at the end of that race, so he had to go find a charger to get it plugged in and did not get going on the restart, so he lost a ton of time. So that is what happened. Toby, come on, man. These are the things you're supposed to be checking out before you race, brothers. We see now he's on pit road.
Okay. I don't know why, but okay.
Maybe he's got to go find another charging cord. Who knows?
I guess. Oh, I don't know.
No, he did pit. Never mind. I'm saying maybe because his controller died, he wasn't able to choose the pit. But no, he definitely did. But we have got a big battle going on right now between Tuck and Tennessee, and they have pulled away from the rest of the field.
Yeah, right behind them, D-Blood and Pierce are having a good battle right now.
Tennessee just about obliterated the back bumper of Tuck. That was very close between those guys. But yeah, D-Blood up here in third, Nick in fourth, Pierce back there in fifth, lingering behind these guys, waiting to pounce if anyone makes any kind of mistake.
Well, that's ironic that you say that, because Pierce made a mistake to drop back to fifth. Well, I don't know if he necessarily made the mistake, but he got loose coming off of turn 4, and he was right behind D-Blood, but now he's in fifth.
Yep, and now Tennessee is on the outside of Tuck. Tuck had to go into some very major action there to avoid that inside pit road wall, and he just lost himself a ton of time. He turned it down a little early and missed it by inches. So now Tennessee and Tuck, side-by-side battle now. 2 points separate these two still after stage number 1. So they sit exactly how they entered tonight's race. And now you see them running side-by-side, not only for the lead, but for some very valuable stage points as well.
Slide jump? No slide jump. Tuck entered really low and 10 entered really high. Interesting, but this is
I think there's a little contact.
It may have been a little bit of contact. You could be right on that.
And now Tuck really low through 3 and 4.
Very low and
trying to get that little easier of an entrance onto the dog leg, maybe? Bootleg, there we go. Onto the dog leg?
I don't know. Maybe, but whatever it is, it's not like it was that terrible, but I don't know if it really much did anything for him.
I don't know. Now we got Deep Blood on pit road.
I wonder if this could be scheduled. Oh, I just realized the top 5 is only trucks on the lead lap. Gordon, who's 6th, is the first car 1 lap down, or first truck 1 lap down.
Yeah, you know why? Because Tobster didn't pit.
Yeah.
So everyone who pitted was stuck a lap down. And now we got more guys coming onto pit road. But yeah, they were all stuck a lap down. That is Pearson the 2. So yeah, they all got trapped a lap down with Tobster making it without pitting in those closing laps of stage 1. So that has just changed everything a little bit.
Yeah, and it's not good for Nick and D-Blood at all. Because in order for them to win a championship without necessarily having to sweep the stages, it will obviously mean that 10 and Tuck both have to make a mistake.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, they need them to lose more points than just like a couple.
And
which
Nick
is what they would
spins
lose
it.
now.
Nick has lost it through 1 and 2. Or I'm sorry, through 3 and 4. He's still up against the wall.
I don't know what happened there. So I can't necessarily, I don't want to say that you can't be making mistakes. Because I don't know if he had help or not. If he didn't have help, then obviously, it's not necessarily a great thing to make a mistake when you're a championship 4 driver and needing points. But at the same time, I don't know if he had help or not.
And now he's making his pit stop, so he must have really killed those tires there. Not the turn of events that Nick wants to happen right now in that 3 camp. That is for sure.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you here. Depending on how many points he gets in this stage, there's a chance that he could get completely eliminated, honestly. So,
yeah, absolutely.
I mean, we'll have to see.
Something that Nick might be thinking a little more of is what is about to go down tomorrow night. The man is leading the Cup Series standings for tomorrow night, which is also the championship race. So it's only him and Tuck battling basically in that one. Everyone else is pretty much out of it. Tennessee and Mo Power Cat. So maybe Nick is just a little more focused on that one right now. He's got 2 Truck Series championships, as we got Tennessee and Tuck both pitting. But the man's got 2 Truck Series championships already, so maybe he's focused on trying to become the first NEXXTCAR driver to ever get it done in trucks and Cup.
Yeah, but why not go for 3? You know what I mean?
I'm just saying maybe he's more focused on that,
I understand what you're saying, but come on, Ronnie. You're a competitor. You should know that's kind of BS.
Well, Nick knows he was kind of out of this race. He found himself in a must-sweep situation, and I think maybe he just kind of gave up a little bit on this race and is just focusing solely more on tomorrow night.
Man, screw that. That could be true, but the competitor in me is like, no, you have to focus on both races equally as hard, and by that I mean giving 100% focus, kind of 100% focus on both races. Obviously, on Cup, you can be a little more relaxed about it because, like you mentioned, he's leading in the standings. So he has a little more leeway, unlike this race where he literally had no leeway at all. But, I'm not going to sit here and say you should focus on one series as opposed to another. But I feel like, if anything, you should be focused on both series at the same time because you're in the championship for both. So, I mean, like, what, I think you understand what I'm getting at. But at the same time, though, what you said might be true. I have no idea.
Yeah, and something I'm really focused on right now. We saw D-Blood, one of the first trucks to come down pit road. Well, he made up a ton of time now, all over the back bumper of Tennessee Titan in that Ford truck for the lead with Pierce all over his. So D-Blood, little bit of pit strategy. Like I said, one of the first ones on the pit road. And here he is now finding himself just about a little over a second behind our leader.
I just want to know what necessarily happened with Tuck. Whether he entered pit road like worse than 10 did, or whether something happened on track afterwards that screwed him up, or even before he pit. He's in fourth behind these guys, and they pitted at the same time, if I remember you saying that correctly.
Yep, they came in bumper to bumper. And they were literally bumper to bumper. And now they are 1.7 seconds separating each other. But now Tuck making it 3 wide here on the exit of 2.
I want to say you don't need to do that, but at the same time, though, the dude 10 literally leading the championship standings. He needs to make sure he does not lose so much ground to him. So, yeah, you gotta do what you gotta do.
Absolutely. I mean, if the opportunity presents itself, you gotta go for it. Like you said, Tennessee is currently leading the standings by 2 points, but he's leading. I mean, Tuck doesn't know what kind of a stage 3 he's going to have or the rest of this stage, so you got to try and get up there and give yourself the best chance you've got. And right now, if that means making it 3 wide, well, you know what? There's a championship trophy on the line. You best make it 3 wide.
Yeah, and especially if it's not in a dumb spot, in which he made it 3 wide. It wasn't stupid, and he made it in a spot where you shouldn't make it 3 wide at. And also, he made it 3 wide with 2 drivers who honestly are known to not really screw up situations like this. So it worked out in the end. I mean, he got second. So, yeah. But he's still 2 seconds behind him, but, yeah.
Yeah, no, he most certainly has his work cut out for him here tonight. But we are going to step away here for a quick 30-second break. We'll be right back here. You will not miss any of the action here in this NEXXTCAR side by side. Don't go anywhere. All right,
go for it.
7 laps to go here in stage number 2, and right out front of Tennessee Titan, you see that number 3 Chevy Silverado of Nick on the verge of going a lap down.
Yeah, it's quite unfortunate. Obviously, him spinning out coming into turn 3 and 4. I don't know what necessarily happened. I don't think none of us know, but it obviously is proving to be very, very costly right now. So, yeah, it sucks, honestly. I kind of feel for him.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, if, Nick is currently, like you said, at the beginning of stage 2, he's 14 points behind Tennessee. He's not out of it at that moment. But now, if Tennessee is able to lap Nick, that means just 2 other drivers, less competition that Tennessee has to worry about at the end of this one. So it's going to be interesting to see if Nick fights to stay on the lead lap or how hard Tennessee fights to put him down a lap. Coming to 5 laps to go.
And the thing to worry about if you're 10 is if you do catch Nick in a decent amount of time, like at least 2 laps, as if he really fights back, he's 10's. I know Tuck is behind him by 2 seconds, 2.5 seconds or so, something like that. He is behind a lot, but depending on what can happen, Tuck can catch up quickly. If Nick really forces the issue a little bit, which he kind of has to. Well, don't like to see that if you're a fan of the number 4 truck. But yeah, I mean, yeah, obviously no mistakes for 10, but if you're Nick, you have to fight back hard as he about almost loses it.
Sorry about that. I was dealing with some stuff in the Discord chat. But, yeah, no, we saw Tennessee get into the wall there a little bit. Little bit of strategy here being played between Tennessee and Nick in the race control chat. Tennessee wants that blue flag thrown. He doesn't want Nick to battle him right now. He wants that blue flag to be thrown and make Nick get out of the way.
Okay, there, blue flag.
That's what I said. I said, what is this?
What?
Formula One? No, sir. You got to earn to put that championship 4 guy a lap down. But he's doing it. He is catching him. I don't know if he's going to be able to catch him in time. I believe they're coming to 2 laps to go this time.
No, they're coming to 1 to go this time.
All right, never mind. White flag is in the air here now for stage number 2 this time. Can Tennessee put the 4th championship 4 driver a lap down? Can Nick try to stay on the lead lap? Tennessee has no pressure behind him. Tuck is 1.7 seconds back, so no pressure out back whatsoever. But Tennessee, how aggressive does he get to try to put that championship 4 competitor a lap down? He's gonna not be able to get it done. Nick is gonna survive and stay on the lead lap, but Tennessee Titan is gonna win stage number 2. Tuck 2nd, I believe D-Blood is gonna get 3rd, or Pierce. I don't know.
It will be D-Blood.
Did D-Blood or
It's
Pierce
D-Blood.
get 3rd? You said D-Blood got it, Dale?
Yes, sir.
All right, so D-Blood getting 3rd. So championship 4, 1, 2, 3, and the other one was about to go a lap down.
Yeah.
All right, hold on. We're going to get Tennessee in here real quick. All right, Tennessee, you got us, buddy.
Yes, sir, Ronnie, I'm here.
All right, man. You weren't able to get it done in stage 1, but you got it done here in stage 2. How does this make you feel here for the final 60 laps of this race?
Basically what it's looking like, I just got to make sure that 52 truck doesn't win. If I'm asked correct, I think we just got to make sure he doesn't win. I think we have a really fast truck. I was fast here last year, but this stage is where it went wrong for me last year, and I was still able to hold on. So let's hopefully hold that gap and get number 2 right here.
Yes, sir. Good luck.
Thank you, man.
All right, so here they are. Green flag is in the air for stage number 3. This is where it all matters, right here, right now. Championship on the line. Tennessee Titan had a 2-point lead over that 52 truck at the end of stage number 1. Well, now that 52 truck has got to go out there and make sure he stays and finishes in front of that 4 truck, and the 4 truck's got to make sure he does the complete opposite and stays in front of the 52. So stage number 3, this is where the money is earned, right here, right now. Tennessee making it look easy right now as he continues to pull away from the rest of this field, as he is going to get a decent lead as they are 3 wide out back behind him. Nick, Tennessee, or Tuck and D-Blood. Tuck into the outside wall. D-Blood in the middle. Nick trying to make it on the inside as well. Nick Where did that 3 truck come from? He was just on the verge of going a lap down, and now the man is up there in 4th. Unbelievable turnaround for that 3 truck here so far tonight. Can he put it all together? He's going to get up into the outside wall there, but can he get it all together here and possibly try to somehow find himself a 3rd championship here in 6 seasons? But right now, it's all looking to go the way of that number 4 truck. But we have got a points update. Let's get it to James for it. What's going on, man?
All right. Well, 10, still your leader. He gained 2 points on Tuck. Not a complete surprise there. So yeah, Tuck's below by 4 points to 10. D-Blood's below 14 points to 10. And I think I heard, I could be wrong, but I think I heard you talking about Nick trying to make it 3 championships in Trucks history. I hate to break it to you, but you're going to be wrong no matter what, as Nick is officially eliminated from championship contention.
Man, you really hate to hear that one. You know, Nick trying to make NEXXTCAR history, become the 3rd champion in the Truck Series. Not going to get it done. Can Tennessee, by 4 points right now, you said, he's looking to tie Nick and become the only 2 drivers to win multiple Truck Series championships. So a lot on the line here right now. And then you got D-Blood and Tuck. D-Blood, the rookie. Tuck started the season off as the substitute driver. Now he finds himself out here, both of them, looking for their first Truck Series championship. So several key guys here tonight looking to get it done. Tennessee looking to join the history books. D-Blood and Tuck looking to write their own history.
Yeah, so I just want to mention a few things here. A few points in general. My first point being, if 10 or Tuck wins this race, they're automatically champion. They are automatically champion, considering that you get 8 points.
So no matter, all right, so not to cut you off. So no matter if Tennessee or Tuck wins, whoever it is wins the championship.
Yes, considering even if the other person finishes second, the other guy gets 8 more points than the other guy. Even if the other guy gets fastest lap, they will still win the championship. If neither of those guys do, then obviously it's all up to the math to settle, or it's all up for me doing the math to settle it, and also finishing positions. But also one thing to note though is that D-Blood, which is no surprise, expect them to use that bumper quite a lot here.
Yeah, I mean, the man's already up to 2nd, so he's working his way up there. It's going to be interesting. Does he have enough time, though, to get up there? He is now on the back bumper of Tennessee, but we have seen where it looks like Tennessee has that long-run speed. So it's going to be interesting to see if D-Blood or Tuck, and even Pierce up there in 3rd, can match that.
Yeah, I mean,
as I have got to get some WD-40 for my chair.
Fair enough. I feel like Pierce can most definitely do it. I most definitely feel like Pierce could do it because of the fact that Pierce last season, he was a championship 4 but missed the first race of the chase due to COVID. And Phoenix, championship 4, not contending for anything at that point. He was still battling with 10. Those two were the drivers to beat that race. So even though not both of them didn't win, they gave it G3 due to strategy. They both have a very fast truck. So, or they both have a very fast truck. Then I would not be surprised if Pierce found something in this truck to get it done. But I mean, they also got to worry about Tuck since he's been fast this race as well.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. So what's it going to take, looking at the points now, what's it going to take for D-Blood to get it done?
Oh, boy.
Are you able to do that or no?
I can most definitely do it. It might take me a little bit, but from what I know now, is that if D-Blood finishes first and one of the other drivers finishes second, the person who finishes second is going to win. Mm-hmm. He's below by 14 points. So theoretically, it is not impossible. But the thing is, oh man, I lost my train of thought. In order for D-Blood to win a championship, he's gonna need 10 to finish second to last if I'm not mistaken. And it took not to be as far behind. At least, like, could be, like, 5th, maybe 4th. That's pretty much it as Pierce is in the wall. But that's just kind of based off the quick maths in my head that I did. He needs 10 to be really, like, finish nearly dead last, if not, like, second to last. As well as trying to get on fastest lap. But he's going to need one of those things to happen to 10. And as for Tuck, needs to at least, if he can stay out of the top 5, as well, then he's going to win that championship. But, who knows what's going to happen.
Yeah, absolutely. And, like we were mentioning earlier, PlayStation 5 and NASCAR Heat 5 have not been correlating too well lately. So I hate to bring it up, but Tennessee lagged out last week at Texas in the Cup Series, which definitely killed him there. So anything can happen, and you hate when a championship can come down to that, but knock on wood, we don't have those issues here tonight. But Tennessee Titans still holding them at bay. D-Blood in 2nd, Tuck in 3rd.
I'm keeping my mouth shut when it comes to that situation. If you watch Texas, for the people watching, I don't know if you watch Texas, you know why. But, like you said, anything can happen. Like, let's just say Pierce somehow just moving every single person out winning the race, and that's probably not going to happen. But, that can happen. It's a realm of possibility. Another realm of possibility is D-Blood getting everything that he needs to fall, like 10, finishing second to last in the race, and also not getting fastest lap out of the way. And Tuck finishing, let's just say 7th, and D-Blood gets the win. If that stuff can happen, D-Blood will be the champion. Anything can happen.
Yeah, absolutely. And excuse me. Something else we got to remember is these guys are still going to have to make 1, maybe 2, if they push these tires extremely hard. More pit stops, green flag pit stops here. So, you speed on the pit road, you're done.
Yeah, I think these drivers are probably going to have to make 2. But yeah, no speeding. That's what ultimately killed my hopes. I had very slim hopes after everything that happened before coming in for my final pit stop last season, because I was second in a championship 4 race. I sped on the pit road. That ultimately killed it for me, and 10 got the championship. Oh, D-Blood's going
to run him up the wall, and here comes Tuck.
Well,
we saw tempers flare last week at Texas. Tennessee once again on the receiving end of D-Blood, and Tuck takes full advantage, and he takes the point.
Interesting. I mentioned it before. D-Blood is probably going to do it.
Here he comes again.
As he tried to do it again, but again, he kind of needs to do this stuff if he wants to have a chance.
Mm-hmm.
If he doesn't do this stuff, he most likely won't have a chance. As I think Nick nearly lost it coming out of turn 2, but yeah, man, he has to do what he has to do to win the championship. It's now or never.
Yeah, absolutely. But there's still a lot of racing left. We're talking 50-some laps, if not high 40s. So you gotta be a little patient. But I guess if the opportunity presents itself right here, right now, take advantage of it. But Tuck most certainly took advantage of what happened in front of him.
Yeah. Now, pit stops are going to be happening here in a little bit, most likely, because I see Pierce's tire laid on, and yep, he's at least been pushing these tires a little bit. He's probably going to pit this lap, if not next for sure, but
yeah, and he's right there behind our 3 leaders, so they're pushing it just as hard as he is.
Yeah. There's who's so he's going to have to pit next lap. There's no way he can stay in a... Oh, he might be able to stay in another lap. It's not like the fuel light, but at the same time, though, I don't see him staying out for many more laps.
No, most definitely not. Absolutely not. But yeah. Pierce, can he play spoiler once again? Here comes D-Blood.
No one. Ready? Yes, sir. Well, time for me to put on my play-by-play shoes for a minute. Something I did at Watkins Glen poorly, kinda. Oh, yeah, as we see, 10 tries to die below. But he's still, I'm pretty sure, on the inside of D-Blood as they head into turns 1 and 2. this will be an opportune time for someone to pit. Is anyone going to pit from this front four? It will be Pierce. Oh, he just misses it. Yeah, he didn't try to make it, looks like. As Deep Blood pits. 10 in the door, getting second. And now Deep Blood's in second. You almost have to wonder if Deep Blood's or 10 is going to repay the favor, as he nearly blocked 10 into the inside wall. Kind of not really. But, oh, we're going to have a little bit of a crossover action between Deep Blood and 10. And all this is doing is Deep Blood hits 10. All this is doing is allowing Tuck to pull away. Meanwhile, we have Pierce go down pit road. I think he's going to be the first driver in general to go down pit road. So, it's definitely something to keep an eye on. But meanwhile, this battle for the lead starting to heat back up a little bit. D-Blood getting around 10. He is starting to pull up to Tuck. Oh, Nick's around. I don't know what happened here, but Nick's around. Oh, also looks like Pierce blew a tire going down pit road, because there's a lot of smoke coming out from his end at least.
Alright, I am back just in time to hear that Nick has went around. He has blown a tire. So the championship
damn.
Struggles continue for Nick.
Yeah, it's not like it affected much, for being honest. He was officially eliminated before, but he wasn't the only one to blow a tire as.
Oh, and D-Blood, Tennessee and Tuck all splitting them. He just about caused a mayhem right there, coming onto pit road.
So I got bad news for Pierce, even though he has nothing to lose here. But not only did he blow a tire, I'm pretty sure, he sped.
Oh, you hate to see it. The man trying to keep it to where none of the Championship 4 hopefuls have won for the last 6 races. Looking to try to make that a 7th one. I don't think it's going to happen tonight because, like I said earlier, you speed onto pit road, you are going to go probably about 2 laps down. You said what?
Yeah, it's a loss of 15 seconds for sure. It most definitely hurts.
Need to be fixed. And we're getting word.
Oh.
There goes Nick getting that damage fixed.
No surprise there. Tuck got a lead though.
Yeah, he's still.
Gordon coming down pit road. Oh, Toaster's also down pit road. Interesting. Gordon and Toaster might be trying to do just this one stop and finish the race off of here. Toaster can do it. He's shown he's been able to do it before. I just wonder if Gordon's going to.
Yeah, he showed he can do it all right. He blew it coming out of the last turn at stage 1. So, I mean, I guess he can do it, but...
Hey, he still finished in front of Tuck. It may have been a little close for comfort for him, but I mean, it happened.
Oh, man, but Tuck out there leading.
But not only that, but there's a few laps less than what we had in the first stage for when this happens. So there's not as much leeway for him to do it.
Yeah, and something I want to point out real quick is Tennessee and Tuck and D-Blood all came into pits bumper to bumper. Well, Tennessee and Tuck are still bumper to bumper, but they have got a huge gap back to D-Blood. We're going to see if we can't get the interval here. What's the gap between you and D-Blood, Tim? You said what, 10? So 2 seconds, 2.2 seconds between Tennessee and D-Blood. So I don't know what happened to D-Blood. I don't know if with Nick being there with that tire blown really hurt D-Blood that bad. I mean, we saw, some evasive actions being made for them to avoid him, but I don't know if it was that bad. But Tennessee now all over the back bumper of Tuck.
Yeah, I don't think he can. I mean, he got out. I mean, he wasn't close to them, to 10 at least, but he wasn't that far behind either. I think something happened afterwards that caused him to kind of screw up a little bit or something like that. Something had to happen.
Absolutely. Tennessee's into the wall.
Well, At least he did it right before entering a corner, so it's not going to hurt him that badly, but not necessarily what he wanted to do, as someone else is on pit road.
Yeah, he went to go around the outside of Tuck for the lead, and just, I don't know if something happened. He just went hard right into the wall, but here he is trying a little crossover move, using that inside of the dog leg. He's going to get a good run on Tuck here, heading into turn 1. All over his back bumper. Tuck very slow halfway through that turn, but he's going to get the good run off here. Tennessee's going to try and carry that momentum, but isn't, and Tuck is going to get a little bit of a gap here.
But it seems like 10, he's either setting in a little deeper than Tuck, or his entry is just way better in general. But it almost seems like Tuck's exit is a little better than 10 from what it looks like. 10 might be lining himself here for a good exit off of 2.
Yeah, no, Tuck most definitely looks like he is backing up the corners a lot. Tennessee's all over the back bumper at Tuck now. But, yeah, Tuck is definitely backing up the corners a lot better than Tennessee, which, like you said, is giving him that big run out of these turns. But Tennessee, like we mentioned earlier, seems to have the long run dialed up for this truck. So if a late race caution comes out, I don't know if Tennessee is going to be able to hang on with Tuck, because Tuck's truck just fires off of these restarts.
Yeah, I just want to know, though, even with a late race caution and restart, I just want to know if those two are together near the end of the race.
I'm sorry, you said what?
We don't, if these two are together near the end of the race, whether a caution comes out or not, I just wonder, because we've seen what happened at Watkins Glen and Team at Dover, but maybe Watkins Glen, will 10 decide to repay the favor at that point in time?
I mean, I definitely expect it with 20 laps to go. I mean, it's go time. Whatever happens, happens. If the bumper needs used, use it. But yeah, like you mentioned, Watkins Glen, these two. We talk about D-Blood. Tuck with a beautiful crossover. But we talked about, the rivalry between D-Blood and Tennessee, which hit the fire pit last week at Texas. Well, we kind of haven't really talked about Tennessee and Tuck's rivalry. Like you said, Watkins Glen, these two, back-to-back races, the Truck Series and the Cup Series, found themselves on the wrong side of the stick on that one. Tuck just back-to-back races of wrecking Tennessee, and Tennessee on back-to-back races of not getting the results that he wanted, which kind of did hurt him a little bit, but he still was able to find his way to the championship 4. But Tennessee really having a struggle trying to pass Tuck right now.
Yeah, and I think it's worth mentioning, I don't think Tuck did it on purpose. He claims he didn't do it on purpose. And I think 10 realizes also that he didn't do it on purpose either. So it's not like it's something that Tuck, purposely did this just to try to screw 10 over. It was an accident, but at the same time, 10, I mean, you're in the playoffs. Even if accidents happen, you can't just completely let go of this. This is playoff time. Tempers are going to flare up a little more easier, and it obviously did with 10.
Absolutely, yes, sir. But with these laps winding down, it's going to be interesting. These two, they're good friends off the track, but lately they haven't been friends on the track. But we'll see just how tough these bumpers do get used. Or rough, rather, not tough.
Yeah, we're coming to 16 to go. It is closing. We're closing down on how many laps to go in this race, obviously. More aggression, most likely. But at the same time, I'm pretty sure these drivers are going to have to pit again, maybe except for Gordon and Toaster.
Yeah, and how interesting would that be if one of those two were able to steal this one, as Buckstopper is on the same straightaway as our leaders here. But yeah, 15 laps to go, coming to 14 this time. Not only left in this race, but 14 laps left in this season. What a season it has been to this point.
Yeah, and for this race right here, let's not overlook the fact that D-Blood's right behind him. He needs kind of a miracle to happen in order for him to win a championship.
He needs these two to wreck, which is looking a lot more possible the later it gets, because we just saw Tuck with a huge swerve.
Oh,
Oh,
contact.
contact's made.
Somebody also went down pit road at some point. I don't know who it was. I'm pretty sure I saw someone down pit road.
Stroll.
I don't think we can see who it was, but
Yeah, no, Tuck is on the defensive right now. He knows between him and Tennessee, whoever wins this race will be your Season 6 champion. Trying to block him again!
that he's gotten really aggressive on the blocking, and here comes D-Blood.
Yeah, that has just opened the door for D-Blood. Granted, D-Blood needs a lot more than just a win. So, alright, so if D-Blood wins, Tuck finishes second, Tennessee finishes third, does Tuck win the championship?
If Tuck finishes second, no, that'll still go to 10.
So 10 will still win by a point.
10 will win by
3 points,
3 or
rather.
2 points. 3 points or 2 points, depending on if Tuck gets, depending on who gets fastest lap.
Okay.
But
So D-Blood
yeah,
could still play spoiler for one of these two drivers.
oh, for sure. And I most definitely think he will, considering he's used the bumper on 10 earlier in the run. So we'll see how this goes. Maybe he'll use it on Tuck this time, since they're side by side.
Dead
Maybe he'll try to even make
at
it
the
3
line.
wide. Yep.
Can you let me know how many laps to go this time?
Ooh, 10's gonna get.
And
it
here
in,
comes
and-
D-Blood.
Oh well, 10 hit the wall coming out of turn 2. Well, this could honestly be a good thing for 10. It allowed D-Blood to pass him cleanly, but D-Blood might not pass
How
Tuck
many laps
cleanly.
10 laps to go. D-Blood
Yeah.
has
There goes
basically
10 out
come
that
out of
road.
nowhere, and Tennessee's on pit road.
I told you these guys have to pit at some point.
Yeah,
Man.
you
Yeah.
were right. I said that I believed they had to do 2 pit stops. Well, here they are with 10 laps to go, making their second one. Now, we've seen where D-Blood has made up tremendous ground with these early pits, and he's doing it again. And here, Tuck's gonna stay out, but it's in. I don't like the strategy by Tuck. I think he needed to come in that lap.
Yeah, I gotta stay on that same strategy as 10 is, unless he's hoping for a caution to happen, but I don't know if a caution is gonna happen. The field's way too spread out.
Yeah, and with 8 laps to go this time, I mean, you only got 3 more laps now to get a manual. You know?
Yeah, yeah.
And he stays out
he can be
again.
tall, I guess, but I don't know. Unless he's trying to go to distance.
I don't know.
But I don't see him being able to do so, especially with all the battling he did with 10. I don't think he would have been able to save enough tire.
Oh, most definitely not. I mean, and if he was able to save enough tires, then you got to wonder if he saved enough fuel. You know, when you're swerving around like that and pushing the truck as hard as you were, you're not only killing, your tires.
Oh,
if
buck
you got
stoppers
buck stoppers slow on the backstretch, but you're also killing your fuel mileage there as well.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard to do, but it looks like he's gonna try to do it.
I don't know. This ain't the time to try it with 6 laps to go with the championship on the line. This is not the time to experiment. He might be coming this time, and he is. No,
he's not.
he's extremely slow right now. I wonder if he's not trying to save, knowing Tennessee has pitted. He was extremely slow that time through 1 and 2 there, James.
Yeah, I think he may have realized that Topster and Gordon might not need to pit at all, so he's gonna try to. So, with them winning, Doug has to do something different. But Topster's catching on him. Topster is catching him, so I don't know how well this is gonna work out.
So
he's going by.
3 laps to go for Tuck, right? Oh, okay.
Shit.
So never mind. Tuck is coming to 4 laps to go. I'm not sure how our lap counter got off.
I don't know. Either that or 5. I don't know, but Topster's catching him at a decent pace. And he has fresher tires and is able to push it a little more than Tuck. So, yeah.
Yes, sir. But 3 laps to go. Can Tuck hold on? Can Topster get the win and the stage? What an incredible turn of events that would be for Topster after struggling at Dover. He's coming. He's getting bigger in that rearview mirror for Tuck.
Yeah.
Tuck's coming to 2 to go. Can you ask him? I just want to make sure we're not off a lap.
Oh, here comes Topster. He is right there.
All right, so they are coming to 2 laps to go here.
And Toaster's about to pass him on the outside, which he did about right now.
We got to figure out where Tennessee is running, because that could change everything. Where are you running, Tennessee? So Tennessee is in 5th.
Behind.
That would give Tuck the points he would need, if I am not mistaken.
No.
He'd miss it by 1, huh?
He missed it by 1, unless Tuck got fastest lap.
Right.
If Tuck got fastest lap, then it's a tiebreaker.
Yes, sir. But white flag is in the air. The white flag for not only this race, but for this season. And what a season it has been here in the Truck Series. All the drama, all the controversy, and all the magical moments, it all comes down to this. An unbelievable battle that we don't know who's going to win. But Topster is going to win the race. Has Tuck done enough tonight to get it done? Or is Tennessee going to pull it off here? We will find out here in a couple laps, or in a couple minutes rather, who was able to get it done. Deep Blood 3rd, Pierce 4th. But was it enough for Tuck? Did Tennessee do enough to get himself his 2nd championship? Unbelievable finish here tonight. But Topster getting his win of the season. Wow. It all comes down, Dale, to who got the fastest lap. We talked about it.
Yes.
We talked about in pre-race. I said it was 1 measly point, but that point could be the difference. And that is exactly what it's going to come down to, is who got the fastest lap here tonight. This is unbelievable.
If anything can happen here.
If Tennessee gets it, it's over. If Tuck gets it.
Tiebreaker. And
Tennessee got it. Tennessee.
Wow, yep, he is your winner.
Tennessee is your Season 6 NEXXTCAR Truck Series champion. Unbelievable. Tennessee Titan. Unbelievable. Championship 4 post-race interview. Wow. Unbelievable. But we are going to step away here to bring you guys the post-race interviews you are not going to want to miss. We will be right back. Do not go anywhere. Alright, Dale, do your thing.
Oh shit! All right. Well,
Well, you
I
said
guess
you
we're
wanted me
back.
to do it, so go ahead.
Well, I imagined it a little differently, but everyone, welcome back. We are here to introduce you the obviously you guys kind of know, but these drivers don't know who got which position. So, without further ado, let's get that started. Fourth place, people who've watched the broadcast, we kind of know about it. He was eliminated after the second round. That is the 3 truck of Nick.
Yay.
Ronnie. I guess.
Fourth never sounded so shitty.
Good run, Nick.
Yeah.
Good run, bro.
Well, this is kind of gone off the rails a little bit, but I guess I'll continue. Third place, you needed a lot to happen in the third stage in order to win. He needed the 52 and Ford truck to be nearly dead last in order to win championship, but that did not happen. The third place is D-Blood.
Just want to point out, I finished in front of 10. Thank you.
Fair enough. But I'm going to introduce the championship winner because if I introduce second, that kind of implies who the winner is, and I got to make this suspenseful. So, championship winner. This man has drove his butt off this whole season. Obviously, both first, second did. But, I mean, this man, you can argue he deserved it more. You might not argue, or you can argue that he may have not. But the thing that he has done, though, is become the second driver ever to win back-to-back truck championships in the Series 10. Is your championship winner.
Let's go! Yes!
Second.
Yes!
Is second.
Woo! Holy
right.
shit, let's go!
All right,
Ah! Woo! That's what I'm talking about. Hell of a race to everyone else. With everybody that showed up and everybody that makes this league, it wouldn't mean as much to me if it wasn't for every one of you guys. So, appreciate it. Hell of a drive, man. I mean, we had a little bit of a rough last few weeks, but we got to the Final Four, raced each other hard but clean. It was a fun battle with you tonight. I think we were both equal as fast, and man, it came down to, I'd like to hear the difference, but holy shit, man. What a season.
All right, Ronnie, it's your turn now. Ronnie? It'd be very funny if this man is muted.
He gone.
Ronnie. Yeah, he must be gone or something. I'm not trying to do these interviews. What the heck?
All right, sorry about that. I was on the phone. So, yeah, Nick, not the race you wanted, buddy. You found yourself sitting head on with turn number 4 there. Right then and there, did you know your championship hopeful was over?
Yeah, I knew, come qualifying when 10-1 pole, I was like, oh, I'm in for a long night. And sure enough, I was. And it doesn't help. No, I got loose, got a little too low into 3 and 4, and got my left sides on the Geico restart box, and turned it right into the wall. So that didn't help at all. But the 10. No, I probably had like the 4th, 5th quickest truck out of them, and then it just was going more and more south as we ran. So, congrats to 10. He is to be back-to-back champion. He's one of the best in the league. So, congrats to you, bud. Tuck, you had a hell of a drive, man. You weren't even full-time at the beginning of the season, but to be where you're at the end, you gave 10 all you could handle. So I'm looking forward to next season. Looking forward to Tuck and 10 battling it out every single week, and I'm sure I'll be right up there with them, and hopefully make a run at it next year.
Absolutely, yes, sir. Now, obviously, not the finish you wanted. Tomorrow night, you find yourself up there battling for the Cup Series championship, but you mentioned next season. What does this do for momentum build up for next season, and how does this affect your mindset? Does this make you even more hungry to go out here and get your third championship next time?
Yeah, no, definitely makes you more hungry, and hopefully we can get the truck championship next season. But no, it's just the competition is so high in the trucks, and you have a bunch of guys in Cup too. Each series is really tough to run in and really competitive, and it's hard to win a race, let alone 2 championships. So the first 2 that I got, we didn't have nearly the competition we have now, so it's been more and more tough as the year's gone on. But with tomorrow night running for the Cup championship, we should be in a good position. Hopefully, my more or less my attention has gone more to Cup, and winning that would be bigger than anything. So I am all looking forward to tomorrow night, and hopefully run really well. I do like Phoenix, and hopefully we can keep it clean and up front. But yeah, congrats 10. Looking forward to next season.
Thank you,
Yes,
man.
sir. Moving on to our third place finisher in the championship, finished second here tonight, D-Blood. The man who had ice in his veins the last 2 playoff rounds could not get it done here tonight at Phoenix. Take us through your race tonight, buddy.
Oh, it is what it is. I kind of knew after Texas it was over. I mean, you only got point differential only being 1 per position, only 7 people showing up, 7 points down going into it. I mean, it was kind of over after last week, to be honest with you.
Yes, sir. How does this give you some momentum going into next season?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, it was an okay run. It was an okay run, to be honest with you. I'm not feeling great today. Damn head's killing me. Had a migraine since about 2 o'clock. I don't stare at the screen half the race. So just glad to be over with this one and see what happens next year.
Yes, sir. You were classified as a rookie, but you did not race like a rookie this season. 2 wins, and you got them done in unbelievable fashion at Dover and Talladega. But moving on to our second place finisher in the standings, Tuck. The man who started the season off as a substitute driver found himself in the final race here, battling Tennessee Titan. Just 1 point. 2 points separated you guys, coming down to the fastest lap with Tennessee getting that. But Tuck, you've got to be proud of the season you just put together here tonight.
Yeah, I mean, overall, it wasn't a bad year. I mean, start out subbing. I mean, didn't really think this was possible. So got a couple wins, a lot of stage wins. Overall, can't be dissatisfied with the effort that we had for this year. So pretty good. I'll take it.
Yes, sir, absolutely. And same question as the previous 2. How does this build momentum for next season, where you will be starting the full season off as a full-time driver?
Just we'll be knowing that you have a better chance. So I think running the full time will give me more, confidence going into next year. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Appreciate everybody racing hard tonight, and congrats to Toby and Ted.
Absolutely, yes, sir. But now it's time to move on to your back-to-back champion, Tennessee Titan. Tennessee, how does it feel to join Nick in the exclusive club of being multi-truck series champions?
Amazing, Ronnie. I mean, Nick hit it on it. Like, the competition we have is super fierce. Like, this whole field throughout it, you have loads of talent. You've got guys that maybe just be starting out and learning every week, but getting faster every week. Then you got guys who have been veterans and shown speed almost every track we go to. I only won 2 races this year. The field's so good. Your Final Four, none of us won a race in this last round. We had 2 guys outside the Final Four win races. So that just tells you how stacked the field is. I honestly can't believe it. My last championship, with you not being here, it was kind of it was cool, but it was sad that I didn't really get to celebrate as hard. But we partied tonight, boys. This is awesome.
Absolutely, yes, sir. Getting it done in recent years when Tennessee Titans could not.
Dang. I do want to say, like I said before, hell of a job by everybody. I mean, everybody that's in this league makes this what it is. It wouldn't mean as much to me if it wasn't for every single one of you, so I appreciate everything you guys do. And the unsung hero has to be Toby. I could never make it on tires of this track. So when Tuck made it, I thought it was over. But Toby went up there. Yeah, everybody has the right race, and he took the win, and it ended up being the championship. So I know we don't have teammates. I have no affiliation with Toby, like as a team or anything, but I guess that 51, my first truck in NEXXTCAR full time, and my teammate to the Ford truck, it saved me here. So thank you, Toby.
Yes, sir. James, you got anything for our championship 4?
Honestly, thank you guys for the show you guys put on. Really, it was very exciting to see in the booth. Making me want to join back trucks, but that's not gonna happen for a while. So I'll just say that. But yeah, man, next season, y'all better be on your A game. It's gonna be a lot tougher. So y'all better be ready to beat for that season, because there's no guarantee y'all making it back in the championship 4.
Absolutely. I mean, we still got tomorrow. I don't know what we're looking like tomorrow after the bad race at Texas for me personally, but I'm not trying to say I'm looking past that already, but next season looks super exciting. You're going to see some new stuff, and we got a lot of new faces, and I know a lot of them have a lot of speed, so I'm sure this Final Four will probably be different next season, so we're all going to have to step it up a notch, because if we don't, we might get ran over by some new guys. So hopefully we can defend some turf, and this season was awesome, but maybe we'll even have a better season next season. That's the goal anyways.
Absolutely. Yes, sir. Well, ladies and gentlemen, what a season we have just closed the chapter on. Before the season started, Season 6 was said to be the greatest season ever in NEXXTCAR history. Well, these drivers did not disappoint all season long. They gave everything they had to put themselves in the best position possible to lift the championship trophy at the end of it. This season was full of magical moments that will live on forever in the NEXXTCAR history book. But at the end of the night, after the track lights have been shut off, the sparks are done flying, and the tempers have calmed down, we find ourselves looking forward to next season. A season that is going to bring on a new set of challenges and rules for these drivers. But right now, all that matters is the success that Tennessee has brought upon himself in that number 4 Toyota Tundra. What a season it truly was, from the drop of the green flag at Daytona all the way to the checkered flag here tonight at Phoenix. And to think, we were just lucky enough to witness it all. The saying, all good things must come to an end, is always true, especially in racing. A season must end, even when it's been as great as the season we have just all witnessed. Seasons can only have so many races and so many battles, even when it seems like the battles must go on forever. But these battles and rivalries will be renewed next season. The start of Season 7 is in just 2 weeks. But right now, that seems so far away. But for now, it's time to say goodbye and time to close this chapter of the NEXXTCAR Racing League. I will see y'all in 2 weeks. This is Ronnie and James signing off for the final time here in Season 6 of the NEXXTCAR Truck Series Racing League. Have a good one, everybody.